So what I want you to do right now is look into my eyes, look into my eyes, look into my eyes. I'm gonna try to, woo. No, I'm just kidding. Look into my eyes or my face and see if you've noticed anything different. Probably not. Maybe you do. Well, I want to tell you that I actually got my eyebrows tattooed. So this all happened when I was just walking around the city and I came across a place called Beauty Stop, and I'm looking inside going, ooh, that's nice. So I walk inside and I see a little flyer that says, we do eyebrow tattoos, and I thought, that's exactly what I need, because yeah, I don't know if you can relate, but I'm just a lazy person who don't have that much time, and I don't want to be wasting like 20 minutes trying to draw in my eyebrows every single time I put on makeup, because I don't know, it's repetitive and I can never get the goddamn eyebrows drawn correctly. I don't know if you've had that problem, but I just have so much trouble drawing in my eyebrows because I have natural pathetic eyebrows that don't even look like they exist, let alone that they actually make any kind of shape. So they kind of just want to go wherever they want. They have a bit of a life of its own. So every time I'm gonna have to like figure out how do I do it so that it doesn't look like I have one long eyebrow with one cut short. So I thought, wouldn't it be great if I just had it tattooed? I don't have to worry about it again. So I walked in, I was like, I'd like to question about the eyebrow tattoo, and the guy said, the lady will be here in 10 minutes. So I thought, okay, I'll wait. And he goes, do you want an appointment today? I was like, yeah, sure, okay. So I waited for a while. I was on the internet, waited, and the lady came and she goes, come through. So she was all like really kind of like curious about who I was and everything, and she asked me like, so like, you know, like what brings you in here today? Like she thought she had actually missed an appointment, because usually, apparently, people have to call up and like get a consultation and everything before they actually decide to do it. I guess because it's not just a light decision and people don't usually just do it on a whim like I do. So I just walked in and said, hey, get my eyebrows tattooed, I don't care who does it. Yeah. So she was very shocked. She said she was like not expecting someone to just come in and do it without even setting an appointment or really knowing who's doing it for them. Yeah, pretty funny, eh? I just walked in. Anyway, well, she was really good. She's so good at what she does. She basically did the whole eyebrow tattoo, and I'm going to be walking you through the whole procedure and exactly what they did and the results. So I'm going to go through the last week, exactly what happened. So the first thing she does is she gives my eyebrow a bit of anesthesia. So she puts some local anesthesia on my eyebrows and wait for about like 10 or 15 minutes. She walks out in and does some preparations and come back in, and the first thing that she does is to measure the eyebrows. So she gets these amazing looking tools and just like draws all these shapes on my eyebrow. It looks so amazing. I'm looking in the mirror going, oh, nobody has ever done my eyebrows so perfectly, and I'm just like, yes, yes, yes.
Wow, very nice.
So I was very excited, as you can probably imagine. I was like, yeah, I'm finally gonna have eyebrows. Because before that, I just didn't really feel like I even had eyebrows. It was kind of frustrating looking and it's like that. But anyway, she did those amazing drawings, and then she would get me up and just have the ruler going everywhere, trying to measure it to make sure it's perfect, and she would draw in more lines and just make sure all the shape is done perfectly.
That's the heart of the eyebrow, the dot is in the middle.
Okay.
Because that's just natural.
Yep.
So the procedure that's going to be done is where she gets a blade and like draws the individual eyebrows with a blade and then gets the ink inside the little cut. So it sounds painful, right? And you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna be cut 100 times with a blade.
Wow, I see it.
It's actually not that bad. Honestly, it's about the same kind of discomfort as you would, you know, something like a laser or like, you know, it's really not that bad because the anesthesia kicks in and then you kind of feel numb. And then she gets the blade and she starts to cut it. And you just kind of feel the cut, like, honestly, let me tell you, the sound of the cutting might disturb you actually a little more than the actual cutting because you can't really feel it as much. It's kind of like a tiny discomfort, like a little bit of a, like a sort of an itch pain kind of feel. You know, it's like something that's tolerable. You're not like going, ooh. So you're just like sitting there like, oh, I can hear the blade, it's making me feel really uncomfortable. And then at the same time, you're like, hey, but that doesn't feel so bad. So your mind is going like, what's going on? Anyway, so she does that, does it a lot, and then like every time she finishes drawing, she would put more blah 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 blah, blah ink on, and then wipe it off, or you know, just wipe it all off, and then go more blades, more ink. She would probably do it 2 or 3 times before it looks good, and then she would just put a big blob for the ink to settle in.
There I go. There's. Thank you very much.
That's what you're buying.
Yep, a big blob on my eyebrow. That's brilliant.
And then she does the next one, and then repeat the whole process, and then you just do that and do that and do that and do that until everything's done. The whole process took about an hour, a little bit more than an hour. It was very straightforward. The longest time she did was actually drawing in the eyebrows, which needed a lot of precision, and she had lots of tools which actually, like, here I was before the procedure, I was like, oh my god, I really hope she draws like eyebrows that look good, but no, she has the tools to make sure your eyebrow looks so good on your face. Like seriously, I was shocked. I was like, oh, wow, how come I never thought to draw my eyebrows this way? So yeah, everything was great. By that time, you know, you got one blob on this face. I mean, no, you don't have 2 faces. You have one blob on this side, and then the other blob, I mean, the other side, she's just drawing it in, and it's all great, and then she draws a little tree on it because, you know, she's just so funny. And, like, the whole process was just really fun, and, yeah, and everything was great. And we'll wait a little while, and soon the anesthesia wears off, and you start noticing, oh, it's a bit painful. And you will also notice that your eyebrow will have the colors looking very dark, well, much darker than what it should be. That's because when it heals, the skin kind of flakes off, and then that actually takes off a lot of the color. So it always looks a lot darker than it does when it heals. So with my eyebrows, I've actually been using a tissue to wipe a lot of this like brown kind of muck off, and it's actually really like there's quite a lot of it, and it feels very oily, and I'm supposed to put on this aftercare thing that's also a bit oily, so I've been just trying to, you know, use a tissue to wipe a lot of it off, and like it's looking pretty much the same. I don't think anything's changed so far. So yeah, everything's great. The healing process took like a whole week. Like it was like the 3rd or 4th day before I actually noticed stuff falling off. Like I would just wash it, and as soon as it touches water, I would notice some flakes, and it was really good. You know, I wiped it off, and sooner or later you see my eyebrows. It actually looks much lighter than before, and it looks perfect. So guys, I just wanted to update you on the eyebrow. Yesterday, after I washed it, pretty much all the like dead skin started fading off, and I like took off a lot of the, you know, the little flaky dead skin off, and I noticed that it has gotten much lighter. So I'm guessing that this is how it's likely to stay. Maybe it'll get even lighter, but this is how it is so far, and I think it's fantastic. It's just the right strength. It's not too dark anymore, which I really love, and pretty much all the dead skin has fallen off, maybe just like bits and pieces, but yeah, I'm so happy with it. It's like, it's amazing. Like I don't even have to put on any eyebrow makeup. So we have a touch-up appointment sometime over the next few weeks, so she's just gonna, like, you know, I don't know what they do in a touch-up appointment. I guess I'm gonna have to film another video to update you guys, but anyway, so what a great experience. It's gonna save me, it has already saved me so much time, I'll tell you that. I don't need to freaking spend half an hour drawing my eyebrows and wondering if I got the right shape. So it's so awesome, and the pain you feel is barely anything. Like honestly, I think I've felt more pain doing laser than this. So yeah, it's just really great. And you know, I think if you count towards all the freaking eyebrow pencils you buy for like 5 years, you probably like accumulate the amount would do the tattoo. So I really think it's really worth it. It's just such a good time saver. And if you don't have, and if you're like me with like tiny little eyebrows that don't even make shape, then this is perfect, because now all I need to do is like pick off the little eyebrows that grow beyond the point and I'm fine. Before I would like figure out what shape it was. Oh, it was just so hard. So yeah, this was my experience with eyebrow tattoo. I personally thought it was so worth it. Like, I just love it so much. Like, I really love it. And I thought, like, yeah, what a time saver. Please subscribe. I will definitely be posting more about it. So see you later. Take care. Bye.